The Mobalytics Academy series is focused on the fundamentals of League of Legends, curated by our challenger level players. By focusing on these basics, even the most skilled high elo players can improve their game and climb the ladder. To survive to the late game, defensive players need to know how to survive early aggression, avoid ganks, and avoid mid-game picks. Crumbling under the pressure of early aggression can cost you the rest of the game as a defensive AD carry. Here, you'll learn how to avoid dying in the laning phase by learning strategies like how to play around a level advantage, dealing with dives, understanding brush control, and where to position with your support. The most common way for players to die to their lane opponents are when they're at a level disadvantage. In bottom lane, this problem is exacerbated by the fact that there are two enemies that have a level lead, which increases damage output and kill pressure significantly more than if it's just a 1v1. In this example, Sivir and Morgana initially respect that Quinn and Thresh will hit level 2 first, so they back off to a safer position. Shortly afterwards, they step up due to a false sense of security that their jungler is threatening on that side of the map. However, Quinn and Thresh recognize how big of an advantage their level difference gives them and go for an all-in. The kill potential they gain from their extra abilities give them just enough damage and CC to kill Morgana and almost take out Sivir before the jungler even arrives. Be cautious of an enemy's level advantage over you, and exude a little bit of patience until you can match back up to their level, especially in the early game. Towers are normally a zone of safety that you can use to protect yourself from the enemy aggression. However, they are most powerful when they have the opportunity to attack the enemy champions many times to ramp up their damage. If an enemy can kill you quickly enough, then they'll only take minor damage and can escape quite easily. In this example, Sivir makes a classic mistake. Even though she is low and has no summoner spells, Sivir really wants to stay and collect as much EXP and farm as possible, so that she doesn't fall any farther behind from what happened at level 2. In her greed to get EXP from every last minion possible, she stays in front of the turret with her attention focused on the melee minion. During that split second, Thresh capitalizes on a distraction to secure an easy kill. Just remember, just because you're near a tower doesn't mean you're not in serious danger of dying. You need to be somewhat healthy or position more behind your turret so that the enemy has to commit deeper into turret range if they want to get that kill. One of the scariest scenarios is when your wave is in a position that is next to a brush or fog of war that you cannot gain vision of without risking an enemy engaging on you. You need to have caution, proper map awareness, an understanding of wave management, and an ability to plan ahead with wards in order to consistently remain safe from those scenarios. In this example, Sivir and Morgana are casually farming minions until suddenly, death sentence. Let's rewatch this again with the minimap. If we're paying closer attention to the minimap, then we'll notice that Thresh just disappears from the river a few seconds before Morgana gets hooked. If she was paying close attention, she would have easily been able to plan more cautiously around the fact that Thresh can hook her from Fog of War from the left. Simple, right? Well, not quite. If we look at it from Thresh's point of view, we'll notice that Thresh has two options. Sit and wait for 3 seconds for a hook around the left corner, or, because he has mobility boots, he can instead use the 3 seconds to walk around in the lane brush and go from a play for the right. Try to be more cautious when entering this zone of the lane versus opponents that have a kill pressure, or save a ward to place in your lane brush before you get pushed into your turret so that you don't have to face check the bush to get vision of it. A very common way to die in bottom lane is when you're split up from your duo. It's important to pay close attention when your duo is leaving to ward or roam and play accordingly. In this example, Jhin casually strolls up to the enemy tower to harass Vayne and Soraka by himself. Had his Nami been there, then the Vayne could not have had the same confidence or freedom to maneuver into a good position to condemn an all-in. Pay attention to your ally and react accordingly. Even if the correct play for your duo was to stay with you, you always have full knowledge of where your allies are and where they're going to be, which means you can always adapt. Thanks for watching this episode of the Mobalytics Academy series. Now go practice these concepts in a game, and don't forget to use the pregame feature to give you the intel you need to win.